Nerds! N-E-R-D-S. Nerds! What's up? Welcome. Thanks for coming to our program. We're the Dama Nerds. My name is MJ. We got my buddy over in the Canada.
Hey, what up,
Rod,
nerd?
Dama.
You know,
Rodney
Rod
Ansel.
Dama.
Rodney,
hanging out here.
Charles?
Brett.
Ansel?
Brett. That's funny. Why'd you just pick Charles? That's my brother's middle name. That's so
I don't know. Oh, hey.
That's
we go.
super weird. Wow.
There we
We're
go.
getting deep right off the fucking start with this one. Let's go.
This is
Holy
episode 60 of Dama Nerds. Thanks everyone for joining.
Episode 61, is it not?
Oh, what? 6-1.
6-1.
6-1. That's how long it's been since we've done one of these. And you know what,
we
everyone?
had Shimadera on 6-0.
6-0 is Shima. Legend of legends. If you don't know who Shima is,
Go back and listen.
Go back and listen. You know, if you need more help of putting a face to the sound of his beautiful voice, you know, if you're on Patreon, go sign in and watch the whole thing, because he is someone who is a massive inspiration within the kendama community.
Huge.
So go check it out. Someone you should learn about if you are into kendama that much. If it's such a big part of your life, he's one that you've seen before, and there was some other secrets that were unlocked, like who's that dude who's session Dama in the parking lot?
That dude.
Yeah.
Who is that dude?
Yeah.
I guess you'll have to pop back an episode to find out.
6-0, but this is 6-1, everyone. Let's go through our usual rigmarole. Friday, September 29th, 2023. It is it's 12:37 here in the JP time, hanging out, doing it. I guess solo nerds. Hey, we have guests.
Nerds.
We have multitude of guests, a massive list. We have people hitting us up, being like, "Hey, I want to be on the Nerds," and we're like, first. You know, we're like one of those like 5-star Michelin, not to, you know, talk any, you know, what is it? Brown our own noses? I have no idea.
Brown our own, toot our own horns.
That's it. I just made a new one. Brown your own nose.
That's a weird one.
So, but yeah, people hit us up. And we're like, we got a waiting list, and sometimes
we just have a massive list of people. Everyone needs to hear from.
And there's a lot of times where we get in contact with some of these amazing kendama players, these guests, people who are active to almost off the charts. And when we finally get a grip of them, sometimes, as usual, kendama players, the nature of kendama players, and maybe people in general, it's sometimes hard to keep schedules. So
especially to sit down in front of a computer screen for 2, 3, 4 hours and just talk about kendama. It's like, wait, you mean I can't play kendama while I'm talking about kendama? What are my hands gonna do? What the fuck?
I feel uncomfortable in front of the camera.
I can only twiddle my thumbs so much, bro. What the fuck?
So you know, we've decided that we want to be more a part of your lives. People who are listening to podcasts recently have been into Dama Dads like super hard, and it's so awesome that they're releasing something every week. You know, I'm trying to keep up with weekly Dama News, drop in some topics that you might have missed every week. But hey, the Nerds is something we all enjoy, and something that we've started a while back. And you know, hey, should I say it already? Almost. This would be our 5th year. Technically, you know, we haven't been on the ball the whole time, on the time of the whole time, but from inception. Here we are. This may be the 5th. This is going to be the 5th year, and we want to like bring it back. So there'll be times that it's going to be just me and Rod, the two nerds, back to the OG days. So like we're session Zoras with 2 finger strings.
That's right.
Hanging out, and hopefully we'll have guests here and there. So if you want to, hey, maybe get a sneak peek of who we have set up, become a patron supporter.
That's a great way.
And you can ask some questions.
Ooh. That's the best part, you know. Like if I didn't already get to ask the questions, I would be paying the $1 a month to ask questions. I mean, $1.
Well, technically, it's fifth. Technically, it's $5, but you can watch all the vids with the single. And hey, I have some ideas that maybe after this I'll throw over at Rod and see different things that we could do to just be more communal with everyone. But
yes,
let's get this one started off. This is just going to be relaxed. Put on your PJs. You drinking that beer. You have that coffee set up. We're going to be talking about what's been happening with our lives. Because recently, we all know that Rod is big in Japan. But recently, he kind of got even maybe a little bit bigger.
Rod. I guess somehow a little bit. That was,
Rod was featured on Japanese national TV programs.
It was good. It was a little bit shorter than I was led to believe it was going to be. Unfortunately, they cut the fucking KWC part, those sons of bitches. But let's start at the beginning here. So there's this show in Japan that's called Why Did You Come to Japan? Nani shi ni nihoi. Yes. And they go and they just... I do have a sticker, but it's like in my kitchen. I'm not going to go get it.
Yes, flipping weird shit over here.
I'm all comfy in my beanbag chair here. But they find foreigners coming into Japan at the airports and stuff, and they just ask them if they can
hanging out at the airports, guys.
Man, so I had this crazy flight from Europe to Japan, and I think we might have talked about it on that little the live that we did at your place, MJ.
Oh, the IRL, yep.
Yeah, so I had this crazy flight, get there, whatever. So tired, finally figure out my SIM card, get some cash, and I'm ready to take the train, go into town. Journey's almost over, and I'm like, all right. And I step on the fucking escalator, and this guy comes up behind me, and he's like, hey, can I interview you? Is it okay? And I'm just like, now? Because I knew this was coming at some point. I had to. 20 times in Japan, and it took them 20 times to catch me.
Okay, so it hasn't hit you yet.
They did catch me with that.
With this time, but before?
Yeah. No, they never got me before.
Okay. So everyone, this show has been going on for a long time. I think since I came to Japan, like 2007, 8, 9, before World Cup. So this has been a pretty prevalent program to show.
And like most Japanese people that I talk to will agree that it's their favorite TV show, or they have watched it, or they like it. Like it's a pretty big, like
everybody knows
show.
Of it. Definitely, if they watch it or not, they know of it. And there's been actually a few times where other kendama players, since World Cup has started, have been featured in this. 2015, Bonds was followed because they, I guess, just by chance, stopped him, interviewed him when he came to probably Osaka in 2015, and they heard, why are you here? Kendama World Cup. Okay. And he's like, actually, I'm the champ of last year. So,
oh my God, yeah.
Then they were like, we have to follow you to see if you're going to be champ this year again.
Right. It's so funny with mine. I was like, I've been here a lot. Like, I know everybody. I'm just like one of the dudes who's here. Like, well, you the champion. I'm like, fuck no, I'm not the champion. I'm just the dude who's here every year. What do you mean? Like, and they're reaching so hard to paint this picture of me as like the fucking eternal champion of kendama, and I'm just like, dude, I've won like 2 things ever, and like chill, like most of it's online.
But Rod, you've won something that's bigger than champions. You won people's hearts.
Yeah, maybe. I love that. That's nice. But the funniest thing though was in the fucking show, they were like showing clips of me, and then in the text it would say like, it was like the grip kendama contest winner, the Crom stack contest winner. I was like, huge Crom stack. I was like, you motherfuckers are reaching, man. That was like fucking 2015, like just us online stack some shit. It was 14 actually too as well. Might have been before that. I think it was 13, 14 maybe.
There you go.
Because I had one was at a house destruction party, and I brought my alu, and eventually my alu was stabbed into the wall, and I stacked off of that. That was fun. And then the other one was when I was in India. So like there are 2 very distinct ones.
Yes. In the comment. Okay. But so to go back to everyone, like these guys, they are lurking in the airports, the international airports.
And they're just looking for people.
One Japanese like MC dude who's holding the mic. They have the translator, and then they have the camera guy. And they're just trying to figure out who they can interview. I've been interviewed from them 2 times. One time I was at the airport just going to pick up my parents, and then and they stopped me because as I was waiting for my parents, guess what I was doing?
Playing kendama.
Long session some dama. So they're like, oh, excuse me, sir. Yeah. So that's definitely a big hook. right away. But I explained, I'm just here to pick up my parents, and they didn't go too far in. So they're like, oh, you're a local, kind of, what it's like. You've been here years. Maybe the story wouldn't be so interesting. They're always fishing for the stereotypical anime otaku.
That's
who's
exactly
here.
it.
Yeah.
And see, like, I thought that I gave them that with the KWC part. That was my favorite part of all that. So to go back was that they asked that they could follow me. So they followed, and I said yes. So they came to Matsue, which is the city where you caught the ferry to go to Oki Island, where Misu lives. And that was where we met up. And they came to Oki Island, and they were on the ferry the whole time. They were on the island the whole time filming everything. There's video footage of like the after party of the event and shit. And they were like asking me to like make a toast to people and like say this thing for the camera and all this, because I was mic'd up the whole time. And shit. But like, and I was just like, man, this is Misu's event. She already made a toast. I'm not going to be like, actually, I'd like to make a toast. Like, that's fucking stupid. So we found a way to do it where it was like, I talked to Misu and we just did like a little performance thing instead, which is like, if you watch it, you see like, I'm like, oh, only me, I have to perform. Then we ended up, everybody did. Whatever. But anyway, just shit like that. So they followed me to Oki Island all the way there and back. And then they came to KWC as well. And they were at KWC both days of the event.
How many staff were with you?
3 all the time. It's like you said, there was a cameraman, a translator, and then the main guy.
Yep.
Then at KWC, the other two changed. The cameraman and the translator changed between Oki Island and KWC.
Yep.
And yeah, it was just this funny thing, man. Like at KWC, again, I was mic'd up. And just like, it's Kendama World Cup. I was fucking shit-faced, and I was running around just being raw, doing dumb shit. And just like, like I'm like behind the stage drinking sake with Jake Weens, and they have like audio of all of this and shit.
Yeah, that's true. So even if they were were they like totally like in your
like
your shadow?
Not entirely, but like they were always around. Like they kind of kept tabs on. They like would wondering like, when are you gonna show up? Blah blah blah. And it's like, today I'm going to be a little bit late. Went to the club last night with the Iraseeds kids. So,
yeah,
that kind of thing. But for the most part, they were pretty chill about it. They were pretty nice, actually. I was a little bit worried when I agreed to it, what I was agreeing to. I thought they might be a bit of a pain in the ass. And they were from time to time.
Yeah.
It's like really hot on the island. They're like, maybe it's better if you put a shirt on because, you have a shirt on and it's
all
nicer for TV and all the tattoos and shit. Yeah. So I'm like, man, like I'm not trying to change my experience for you. You can come and document it for damn sure, but I'm not trying to let you interfere with it. But like something like that is like, I gave them shit about it, but I did it. It's like
Canadian right there, everyone.
Give them the look, and it's just like, you motherfucker. Okay, watch me put my shirt on. You fucking motherfucker. Grumble.
You should put on the fucking Zalmobile shirt.
Dude, we had a conversation beforehand about the rage quit stuff specifically, where it's like Astro Boy with the broken kendama and shit.
Oh,
like, because Astro Boy is one that's like, it's a fucking Japanese icon. Like they do not take kindly to people using that shit. So if I was wearing that, they probably would have just cut everything.
Yep.
Right.
True.
But it's just funny because I ended up forgetting that T-shirt at Nobu's house anyway, so I didn't even have it with me most of the time. But anyway, so like going back to the KWC thing, so I really thought that I had given them a bit of that story because, we're talking about it and I was like, like I wanted to do some tricks that I'm not so good at, like challenge myself a little bit. And I just want to hit my tricks and I want to get full marks. And that was like my goal, which I fucking did. I got full marks. I hit all my tricks. I used Misu's kendama. So it was this whole like correlation between like Oki Island and KWC, where I was like, I used like Misu's powers to do like, I did a wing flip, flip in my run, shit like that. And that was the first time I'd ever gotten full marks at KWC. And I fucking did it in front of the camera and shit. And I was all stoked because I was like, I did not want to be the dude on the TV being like, oh, I almost did it, shit like that.
But completely
so I was just like, I was stoked that it worked out.
Awesome.
I thought that it was a great little thing and they could have done so much cool shit with it, but they just cut it. I talked to the guy afterwards. He's like, yeah, it got cut, like, sorry, kind of thing. And then I was like, okay, well, can I have the footage? And of course, they can't fucking send it to me.
No.
I was like, but that was my one ask. I was like, you're
Like,
not paying
remember
me.
that
You're
thing
not
that we
like
signed you?
the thing like.
Oh yeah.
Can you just
Oh, you
send me the
signed?
footage? Like
Yeah.
I don't even. I'm not gonna put it online. Nothing. I just want it for myself.
Mm.
And then I would make my own little private edit that you'd have to fucking be with me to watch.
Ooh.
You know, like
Exclusive.
yeah, but
That'd be dope.
they won't fucking do that. So
No. Yeah.
unfortunately, all that footage is gone.
Yeah. Stocked up for probably like 10 years somewhere on their database until they're like,
It'll
oh,
join the rest of my fucking gone footage, disappeared footage from Japan. It's all just gone. Fucking crazy.
But dude, yeah.
But it did end up being a nice little segment. It was like a 14-minute segment on an hour-long episode.
Yes, yeah. The shows are usually hour long, and they have they feature a few different stories. Usually, I guess depending on how big they're. The time that that first time I was talking about where they interviewed me, they didn't use me at all. The second time was they did use me, or had me in the show, but it was kind of like you, where they came, super positive vibes, and we're talking all about this stuff and kind of making connections with like how, because I knew like that's what they wanted also, like, you know, Japan and like me as a Westerner finding kendama, this Japanese thing, and how it's like kind of opened up like a new unlocked stuff in my potential in my life, and making friends and communication and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But so they hung out in my room because this was during the pandemic, so they had nobody coming through to Japan. So they're like, fuck, what do we do? And they were scouring all of Japan looking for people living in Japan, Westerners living in Japan.
Yeah, just on the street and shit, right?
And turns out they were just hanging out in Kawagoe. And they stumbled upon Sulab. And they're like, I don't know if the whole story of if they knew about it or if they just went in just like, oh, this is kind of rare, maybe. And they went in and they were asking people, and they asked Sue and Ayaka, they're like, oh, is there any like Westerners around here? And like that part's like in the show, and they're like,
is there any Westerners
MJ?
around here?
yeah.
What a fucking weird question to ask.
Right. And then I get messaged by Sue. He's like, hey, some people might want to film you for something. Would it be okay? I'll give you their contact, blah, blah, blah. And then I found out it was that show. And then they came and hung out for like 2 hours. Everyone's fully masked at that time. It's like, you know,
probably double mask.
Prime pandemic. Yeah. Hanging out right here in my studio for 2 hours talking good stuff. And then like, what was it? Like a few months later, they're like, all right, it's going to be on here. Okay, cool. I watch it, and it's like a minute of me like talking just really simple about kendama, and kind of they showed Sulab and stuff. And
dude, yeah. I hate that shit. I'm like, I get it. You only have so much time, but it's like, yo, like I did about a 40-minute interview at the airport and talked about all this shit. I did tricks for them. Like I busted out a bunch of damas out of my bag. Like you saw how many damas I had in my bag. Fucking,
oh yeah.
You nerds, if you were paying attention, you saw it. Fucking all that shit. Like they did another interview in my hotel room in Hatsukaichi. And that was like over an hour long. And that was the only part where I was speaking English, actually, because they specifically asked me to speak English instead of Japanese so that I could go more in depth about my feelings and shit like that. Because we were going deep about kendama. Like, what does kendama mean to me? And like, why do I play kendama? Yada, yada. And like, so I fucking went off, you know? And they used like little bits of it. There's a couple snippets of that in there.
Yeah.
But like, overall, I was just like, man, you have so much footage, like just so much footage of like cool shit of us like swimming on the island, and like I just have all these memories of doing this cool shit, and then just looking and these fucking nerds like running after us with the big camera, and I'm just like, you know, shit like that.
In the Terra edit at Oki Island, like you can see that every once in a while you can catch a glimpse of them
exactly
in the background and stuff.
Yeah, dude, Jenya did such a good job on that edit. I fucking loved it so much.
So Junya, like the music, what sets it, all the slow-mo in there,
and just it's so nice.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So that was an amazing thing. And fucking shits. Fuck shit stack. Turned out I missed the whole thing. I was not able to watch it. You told me when it was happening. I was like, sweet. And I think it was like almost like a week before you let me know. I have not seen it. This is all the information I've got from you.
Well, and see, this
now.
is the funny thing is nobody's told me I can't post this online. I have the 14-minute video. I don't see why I can't
segment.
No, my friend recorded it and gave it to me.
Well,
actually, he did send it to me as well.
So okay. So everyone, if you guys search this, like, why did you come to Japan? You can find clips here and there on YouTube, but in the past few years, like, somebody would put them all up, like full episodes, and they were like translations and shit in different languages. It was really cool. And I guess the company, the broadcast company, saw that, and they've been hard on taking everything down. So the only thing you can find is like really small snippets every once in a while. So I bet if you do put it up, it's going to be taken down. But what we can do, we could fucking put it on the Patreon.
We could put it on the Patreon. That's a good idea, actually. Man, the coolest part of it is these little anime characters they made. Yeah, no, I'll send it to you for sure. But
yeah, so what happened with me, my whole shit was I went up to Akita, my wife's hometown, the weekend of when that was showing, and I wasn't going to be there. The thing that happens, I mentioned, it's a national TV show, but in different prefectures, different areas, they're showing it at different times. So where I was, they were showing it Wednesday night. And guess what? I left that place Wednesday. Oh, wait, was it? Yeah. So, I left Tuesday, so I wasn't going to make it. I wasn't going to be there to see it. And it happens here in my area, Saitama, Kawagoe, Sunday nights. And then when I'm on my trip up, or maybe when I got there, I was like, oh, fuck. I forgot to set the TV recorder to record it, at least. And that's what I was going to do, planning to do. But hey, things will work out as they always do. Follow the path of the Dama, and it will lead you to a spike.
Yes, it will.
Yeah. But in any case, yeah, dude, stoked to hear about it. And yeah, stoked to see it, because there was actually other people who were friends of mine who were like, oh, MJ, I saw this thing, like neighbors of mine who were like, there was like some kendama dude on TV the other day. Did you see it? And I'm like, oh, that's my boy.
Hell yeah.
You guys don't even know.
I went to this bar
I know that, dude.
in Vancouver. That's I went to this bar in Vancouver while a bunch of the homies were here for Van Jam and stuff.
Yeah.
And ended up meeting all these people, and I met a group of Japanese girls, of course, and some of them came to jam night and were like playing kendama with us and shit and hanging out. We're like actually really good.
Nice.
And the one like rolled up and she's like, oh, hey, like I saw you on TV. My mom saw your TV show. Will you send a quick message to my mom? Like, just, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm in Vancouver. What do you mean? Like,
yes.
So funny.
Hell yeah.
Just, oh yeah, good shit.
You're the famous one. Then it's going to be even better with all the times you come back, dude. They are going to see you again. Oh, when I went to the States just this past summer and I came back, I saw them when me and the fam were coming out. Yeah. Like, there they are. They're like looking around and shit. And even my wife was like, oh, there they are. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, they're not going to pick me. I'm like, look, I got my family. Like, look all the kids, all the bags.
Yeah, it's a bit of a red flag for them.
They saw me. They're like, yeah, no, looking around.
Man, you know, it would be really funny to just like make some shit up and just like dress really crazy getting off the flight. You know, like bring an outfit on the plane and like change before you come out of security.
Cosplayed out, yeah.
And just like make some shit up. Be like, yo, I'm going to this fucking convention where we do this and this, and then we play kendama. You know, or something like that. And like, don't even like just make kendama just like such a small thing of it. Like, tell them that.
You got to be doing something like insane, like I want to travel throughout Japan taking pictures of manhole covers, or I want to taste the different types of miso that they have because I love miso, or something like to that extreme. There was one dude who was like, I want to eat this specific kind of like sausage that he sees in like anime and mangas, where it's like it's like a little sausage that's usually found in like a bento box.
I think I know
like
the
an
one.
Octopus.
Yeah.
And he was trying to explain it because he didn't know what the name was it for, and like the staff were trying to like figure it out, and they finally figured it out, and they were like, and he's like, yeah, that's what I want. Where can I get it? They're like, I don't fucking like no place serves that. That's like what your mom does when she's making your lunchbox.
Yeah.
Like no one serves that, so it turned into this whole thing, and but it was like
so
fun
they
funny for
his
them.
dreams.
Yeah, no,
you will not find
They found this shitty ass izakaya that happened.
Really? No way. That's so funny. Good for them.
So, and that's what made the story. But
holy fuck, that's great.
Any case, it's awesome. And it's really cool to see different stories of why people are coming to Japan.
It is interesting.
Totally, it's fun. It's a one that me and
there's
the family.
There's even
watched.
a scene of it in Ken's balls. If you've seen Ken's balls, there's even that. I showed you Ken's ball, but we don't need to go deep into Ken's balls. But if you don't know Ken's balls, you could find Ken's balls. Live by the ball, die by the ball.
Oh
That's
man,
what I always say,
dude. There's been a lot of stuff happening within the kendama world,
as there usually is.
Always. What's been happening with you? You had.
I mean, kendama wise,
yeah.
The biggest thing for me personally is that I'm just finishing setting up my workshop. So I'll be making kendamas again.
Oh, I was just about to ask. Did you find?
I've got a spot.
A lathe.
I've brought my lathe there. I bought a bunch of stuff and got it all going. I made one kendama that I didn't do everything on it because I don't have all the drill bits and stuff that I need to fully finish it. But I just set up the lathe and spent about 3 hours sharpening all these shitty tools that I got kind of gifted to me, and they're just hand me down kind of whatevers. And so I'm gonna go buy some new tools. Those things suck.
Yeah.
And even no matter how much I sharpen them and stuff like that. And then I'm basically ready to rip. I made the local homie Yuki a mouth stick because he's like a juggling professional. And
okay.
Have you ever seen one of those where it's like a stick that has a little mouthpiece on the end and you bite it and people juggle stuff on it?
Well, Mr. Po got with the
Mr. Po does one. Yeah, he has one.
Yeah.
It's like a pretty traditional Japanese street performance thing. And there's a thing where the most traditional Japanese one that I know of is they have the mouth stick and it's a specific kind of long one, and the dude juggles a teapot on it. And it's a whole thing where they'll pop it up and catch it on the handle, swing it around and up and catch all these cool shit. And he showed me some videos of it that are really cool. So he wanted to get one made, and I'm like, well, I got my wood shop now, so I fucking made him one. Which is sick. Yeah, and I'm gonna make him some better ones. That was just the first one, but it's cool, man. It's fun to be back in the shop and making shit again.
That's awesome.
And I haven't even really hopped back in yet. I'm just getting it set up, so it's only beginning.
So
I got to first and foremost make Kelvin and Ezra a prize from fucking January's New Year New Edit contest because I haven't had a place to make shit. So those guys are the homies, and luckily the homies won this year. They were nice enough to give me some time. I'm feeling like Grip Kendama over here, taking a whole year to get prizes out.
Oh man,
but I will get them out.
Me as well. Same boat. Plenty of stuff. It's fuck, shit happens. And we're trying to figure it all out and get it all done, but it will get done. We'll see those prizes. Dude, well, you saying, in the past, Tara not losing, but, moving to a kind of an office space, stepping out of the warehouse and stuff, and you're you lost a spot to turn. It's really cool to hear that you got a new one now. What about the Smith? Does this mean there's going to be no more Tara stuff?
Smith has his stuff set up at the homie Troy's house. So he has a little workshop in their garage. Apparently, Troy was telling me the other day he has a whole bunch of space in there. And he's got, and I helped them move it in there. It is pretty large, but I guess he's cleaned it out since then. But yeah, so they have a spot or whatever. And Alex he hasn't really been making stuff, but he has made some stuff.
If orders come through or something. Yeah.
I think it was more he made a Ken for Barry while Barry was here and some stuff like that and whatever. But I don't know how much outside of that. I haven't really talked to him about it, but yeah.
What?
There's definitely some turning going on in Vancouver, that's for sure.
Ooh, turning. So, everyone, before we started this recording, I'm actually, when did we start? Almost 30 minutes?
It's been a while? About 30 minutes in, yeah.
So I was talking to Rod. I was like, hey, what are we going to talk about? Because the guest that we had set up fell through, and I was like, yo, I got something. I got something that seems pretty deep. And as I just showed Rod before, I got a bunch of messages about it, and it does go extremely deep. This is something that came through. When was this? February? Oh, damn. Sorry, dude. February of this past year. Kendama player. He asks, I had a question that might be good for the might be good for the pod or something else. What do you think about kendama players using some type of stimulants to improve their play in competitions? And I was thinking, I'm like, what stimulant? Well, what can be taken? Beer's been alcohol has been a common one that we've seen. I mean, Bonds has been taking trophies while he was hungover. But there's other things he mentions: Adderall, amphetamines, or stimulants to improve the play in competitions. Because he says, I feel like not just a few people are doing it now.
I know some people who have taken Adderall at World Cup and stuff like that.
Meaning more. Interesting.
And have done it, but I mean, they didn't win, but they did do well. They're competitive, like they were real competitors, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's a thing for sure.
Know that. And it's hilarious. He's like, I've seen a few people taking some performance-enhancing drugs, some that are really good. He's like, but if you look at the eyes of some of these players, it's almost undeniable that they're taking something.
That's interesting.
Very dilated. Very
That's
jumpy,
really funny.
Excited behaviors.
That's like, interesting. Yeah. I mean, for me, I can speak personally. I'm the only person that I know. I mean, maybe there has been. The only person that I know is me that has done acid at like major events and and mushrooms and whatnot. But
taking it to the next level.
I mean, it doesn't always help though. That's the thing.
I'm like,
that's not like a for sure thing. Like Adderall is like some like
focusing
pharmaceutical, like it's meant to do this, right?
Right.
Whereas like, I mean, like acid and mushrooms are much more like fucking spacey and like have their own will. You know, you don't get to do everything. You don't get to control everything with those. You're just on a ride kind of thing. Yeah. And I'm not saying like I wasn't fucking boofed or I'm not like up there like don't know my own name. You know, but like I'm obviously still playing.
You could hold a conversation. You know, you can focus in
a couple different languages. You know, like
dude.
Yeah, I mean, and when I did it was only little bits. I was looking for like a microdosey kind of vibe where it was just like essentially kind of what Adderall is. It's like that honing in, like because like I think we've talked about this, but if I'm being honest, when I really got into kendama was when I was on mushrooms. That was what really like when I played kendama on mushrooms. Like I was just like, whoa, this is actually like so sick. Like, you know, like I could just figure out all these little nuances to it within like just through my own eyes. And I was like, oh, there's something going on here. I don't know what it is, but I like it. Dude. You know, like kind of shit. So, I mean,
very interesting. I've never taken anything. Yeah.
Those two are very like rooted together for me in some ways like that. Obviously not in every way, but like.
Yeah. There is a connection.
Yeah.
Right.
And it also just like, you know, I'm not like, I just talk about it like I've done it a lot. I've only done it a few times and I like kind of don't know how I feel about it. Just especially just like nobody knew really. I told a couple people, but I didn't tell everyone until like afterwards more so. And I don't know.
And most people are just like, oh, no idea. I would have never said anything. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And I wouldn't have done it had I not had so much experience and know myself and how that shit works with me, you know? But because that's a part of it also.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like, it's almost like, oh, what kind of kendama are you using? How big is that bevel? It's like, it really, at the end of the day, doesn't matter, I feel. Like,
I mean, in a way, like, I don't think kendama is one of those things, though, that it's not like a sport in like, you know, like when Lance Armstrong got fucked up for fucking using steroids, you know, it's not like that, you know, like I don't think anyone's going to find like, you know, steroids physical, in Takuya or some shit. You know, he's got tap steroids. He's fucking, he's juicing. He can't fucking, you know, like I saw the 64 tap.
Like, you see the vein in his neck.
Yeah. Like that's not a thing, you know, like there's
exactly. Yeah.
There's nothing that really is like a performance enhancer for this kind of thing.
I don't think so. Yeah.
But I mean, that
Only
being said,
if-
like I was also just talking about how it kind of is for me, like not is, but it isn't, but it is in a way.
But it's
just
not like
makes, but it's more of like a personal comfort within my own existence thing.
Yes.
Than it is like, oh, this makes me better at this, because it makes me feel that way about everything.
Right.
Like if I'm riding a bike, it's the same thing. If I'm skateboarding, it's the same thing. If
It's
I'm
not like a
making music,
specific
it's the same thing.
tool that's
Yeah.
helping you get better, like
No,
tennis. Like
it
you have
just-
a racket that's like better than everyone else's, and it's like
No, exactly.
So it doesn't matter who is using that racket. You will perform better if you have that racket.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like that.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know if I don't.
Yeah, it's not.
I wouldn't
It's not
see
like
it.
the
I've never
golden gun
done
from
anything.
GoldenEye.
Oh shit!
It's not. It's no golden gun.
No golden gun.
No, it's like a club at best. Maybe what's the other one? The SVK, the Soviet little. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going deep on the
Shooting
GoldenEye
staples
shit
and
that I
stuff.
apparently don't have as much knowledge as I remembered. I haven't played that game in a while.
Just that it was dope 4-player. Everyone,
Yeah.
all the homies are coming over playing GoldenEye.
Absolutely. No odd job.
But yeah, it was an interesting question I saw, and I was like,
That is an interesting question.
I
There
never
is-
noticed specifically.
If you guys know
Must have been-
Tipwet,
Hey,
in Tipwet, there was an article about playing on acid specifically, or I think it was maybe on hallucinogenics.
okay.
And it's a whole 1-page article that's pretty interesting.
Oh man, Tip
I'm
Wet,
trying to think, where is
Volume
my
1,
Tipwet?
circa 20.
I have no idea.
13?
Mm,
15?
maybe 13.
Ooh.
It was after we had all been to Japan together for sure, because there's some Japan stuff in it.
Do you think? But okay, so let's say if
But-
someone does it, like you mentioned, some people that you saw were competitors who did take like Adderall or something. Does that like go to, in your mind, because everyone has their own idea, like discrediting them to get to that point? Almost like people asking like, you got the champ, you won online.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I don't know. I think it's all about perspective, like if you really feel that strongly about it, then like, I guess like I can't tell you otherwise,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. But in my mind, I don't see how that really, because like we were saying, like this ain't the golden gun, it's just a little fucking thing to help you feel better within your own existence.
Right.
And
It's a calming thing.
I don't know. Well, Adderall is
like
definitely not a calming thing. It's quite the opposite. I've never done it, but from my understanding.
Yeah. I guess that's maybe that's the situation here, because I've never done it either, and maybe this person who's asking has done it, and they do feel like some sort of effect that could be
Totally
a boost to them. It could be the golden gun.
And I mean, I'm not much one for drugs outside of hallucinogenics anyway, so I don't really have a lot of experience outside of that kind of realm. So I couldn't really speak on that kind of stuff. But from what I do know about all those things, I don't see how they would help.
Nope.
But
What
I
paint
don't know.
you got? Oh, you got the best stickiest paint? Doesn't
Crack
matter.
paint. Crack
You
paint.
got that crack paint? Okay.
You got a
I mean,
lighter.
if you still don't know how to pull up inward lunar, that's not going to help you. You don't know that motion.
I mean, it might be that sticky
No
anti-gravity paint. It's just fucking.
Then you need to get that balance done. No, it would need to be like a double AI, like robotic
It could be.
jam.
And we're not there yet. This is
It's
for the nerds of the
Dama.
future.
2045.
Nobody saw that coming.
63. Yeah.
2063, Dendama took over the world.
They're both just like mini like drones. Like, so they like just flying onto each other. Like, oh, fucking
Yeah.
stall.
Damabot. It's like Dendama
Damabot.
got together with that robot arm that does Moshikame and shit.
Dude.
If those two can never meet, if they meet, we're fucked. All kendama players will be just fucking rendered obsolete.
It would, well, it wouldn't be, we would have to create Robo Wars.
Yeah, it'll be like Terminator, but fucking
Who could,
kendama.
dude, could the taps go infinite?
Your kendama.
Could
Give
they-
them to me.
Could there be infinite tap
I
machine?
don't know, man. I mean, the AI does the math, bro. It's up to them. They can unlock a blockchain. They could fucking tap a Dama. I don't see why not.
Oh, but do we need it? Personally, that's shits and
No,
giggles.
I mean, it's shits and gigs. I mean,
shits and giggles. But
but
what's
when
not
shit comes out, I'm gonna be John Connor. I'll tell you that right now. So I can fight those motherfuckers.
to the EMT bomb.
That's right. I'll be back, baby.
So you know me and not playing, I guess modern kendamas as much as possibly I should be. I got like just too many old school jammers. I'm just picking
I
up
feel
like,
you.
oh hey, this one totally works.
Yeah,
but
they do.
And with those old ones, those 2014 from whatever, they have small cups, and you could see that very simply. Just looking at it, you can see there's the big one, there's a small one. You don't have to really explain. But recently, as these years and the generations of evolution has been happening of Kens along with the play, the smaller cup has been getting bigger, along with all of the cups have been getting boosted. But dude, have you seen the new Adrian Esteban?
Yeah, I did. I've seen them in person. I played them.
I didn't know until I think I had to read like the comments of the posts that it was a symmetrical cup.
That's so fun. Yeah, that's
is
so
it two
funny.
big cups? Is it two
it's two big
medium cups or two small?
Well, it's just two cups, bro. Size is irrelevant. That's the whole point.
Yes.
It's not about the size of the cup. It's the fucking motion of the knees when you catch it.
Totally. And as I was thinking,
I saw that Dama Dad's podcast post about there was like a big like did you guys hear the horrible news? Yeah, rip the small cup.
And,
I don't know. I get Jake's approach to it. I mean, he's right. You know, like that is something that like nobody does small cup tricks. It's not really a part of the meta. Yeah. Unless you're like a beginner, unless you're like looking for that next challenge after big cup.
Exactly. And it's such a weird one because he mentioned also in that episode that was when small cup was a trick. Like that was a single trick.
Totally.
That you could do, where now it's like, no, we don't care. I'm like, I think most people thought base cup was the more difficult cup to land on when you're first starting.
It's smaller.
How the hell do I hold it? And if you want to do this jam,
I've always thought that's crazy that in Japanese they call it middle cup,
middle cup. Yeah,
but then small cup is bigger than the middle cup.
Yeah,
and you're like, wait, what the fuck?
So technically, the small cup is still there, and it's just down at the bottom as the base cup.
Yeah, and we've just been misidentifying our cups the whole time, I guess.
Yeah. And yeah, totally. Depending on the types of tricks that will be coming out, I think in the future, there is. I think like it doesn't really matter. It's like when the nose was put on the skateboard, we're like, how are you supposed to ride it? But it's like, no.
It also essentially takes away the whole left-handed, right-handed thing, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Unless you have a specific design where it's like JKA style and the string hole is a little bit off center, then it would. Like my kendama has that just because I'm old school like that, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the newer stuff just has a dead center.
Yes. Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think it's even a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it used to be such an issue. But
massive. I mean, that's why you remember those like Sweets F3s that were like, like all the way off to the edge.
Just to get around that patent.
Yeah.
The JKA patent.
Man.
That's a whole thing.
The massive thing that can be, hopefully, we'll get the dust blown off of that whole book.
Yes.
One day, yes. Possibly.
We have a source that we need to tap at some point. Gonna have to open the floodgates.
The floods.
Knowledge. Let it come rain upon us.
And shot it
and rise as true nerds from the ashes.
Oh shit. Oh man, yeah. But that's a really cool thing that I feel like was well explained. How small cup isn't a trick anymore, and that was the only time that you needed to do it, because every other time.
It is interesting though, because I can just see the people at the JKA being like, "But it's part of the culture," And it is. And like,
Yeah.
you're bringing up an interesting point, like around the world, around Japan, like which one do you start with? And then I'm wondering if you're playing a game of 1-Up, when you're like following each other or follow or whatever, if I say small cup, like
Then
how do you, if there's not a big and small cup, what do they call them? What are they, Mario and Luigi, fucking Sonic and Tails?
yeah,
Fucking lefty righty? I don't fucking know.
you gotta default to base cup, like you base cup.
Larry and Gary.
But it's really cool because I feel like this is the first time I guess more bigger brand, well known, respected in the culture, in the community, will respect everyone. Cereal has done it and has been continuing to do it, I think, for a while. We know Lunatic did it with the Loon, and that one got the most backlash from what I remember.
Did they have 2 big cups?
Yeah.
I also fucking Curtis had a fucking Cerado too, the CWCS, Canadian Custom Wood Skill Toys.
Yeah.
They had a Cerado that had 2 big cups. I have one somewhere. He had a name for it. It was the Muley. That's what he called it.
Oh man, what the hell's that?
I don't know how
Canadian word is that?
I mean, a mule is like a mule deer. I think that's where it's coming from. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, it is an interesting thing. And it is like, is this a new point in evolution for kendama? Like when the fucking fish crawl out of the water when they first got legs, is this like part, like that kind of a thing,
It's finally, I feel like that's where it's definitely heading. Like when it was like the smaller, everything was small shape, was like the infancy stage, and then there's the in between where it's like just weird. Like it's kind of, there's stubs growing on this fish to be
we're just
limbs.
waiting for the fingers to come out next.
And that's what it's been for the past probably 3 years after Slay Dog.
Of all the Damas recently,
get bigger.
Yeah, of all the Damas recently that are doing that kind of a thing, though, Adrian's must be the one. With all the ridges for the string tricks and like the double big cups and stuff.
Yes.
I can't think of anything else that's like crazy, like more, like I want to use the word innovative, I guess, like design wise, like pushing kind of thing.
Right. Experimental, different.
Because that's something that I'm stoked to have my workshop for, because I have some ideas of some funky shit that I've always wanted to make. I'm just going to fucking do it and see how it works.
3 big cups? Excuse me?
Yo. Hear me out. This has been done before too, but 4 cups. No spike, 4 cups.
Oh yeah. I've seen that shit.
Yeah.
Who made that? Who did that? Yeah, I've seen that
Evans
one before. Oh.
Grip kendama.
That's what it was.
Isn't it?
That was the only one. Okay, yeah, I've seen that one. But yeah, dude, so many things, can be done. So that's awesome that you have that shot back. And it's interesting, to go back to it, to see if anyone else is going to pick up on it. Because I feel like when it was example, like, Lunatic did it or Cereal did it.
Yeah.
People are
just slower iterations into the scene, right? Like bigger jumps.
But not that, like how maybe the scene would be like people who are like, oh no, like that's like side stuff. You don't want to, it's like for fun and stuff. But you want to look at who's setting the bar. Who's
that's not your
making
comp
it.
Dama, that's
It's Crom, it's Sweets, it's Kusa, who are setting the standard. But now, hey, here's this new big brand who's saying to everyone, 2 cups is all right. And I feel like now maybe people are going to be jumping on that more. Who knows? Like with all of the different types of turners out there as well, dude, they're popping up left and right.
Dude, I've made it. I like making so many kendamas, like I've thought of this before where it's like, I didn't think it was a big thing. So I'd always kind of keep the small cup, like Sweet said, like just a couple millimeters, just enough to still call it small cup.
Yeah.
And like I did that. I had like one person I remember say that they wanted it smaller. It was just like, this isn't a small cup. Like, what the fuck? And they were upset about it. So they sent it back and I threw it back on the lathe and I made the cup smaller.
Extra $80.
I don't know what, I mean, I was working for Tara at the time. I don't know what he was charged, but
that's
anything.
Interesting. That's interesting. But I could definitely understand. Yeah, there's people who want that feeling, or maybe who don't feel like, for me, playing some big cupped damas, even if there is a small big cup to it, it's still just like in my hand uncomfortable. if they're like overly big. So I could see how that happens, but interesting to see like what's going to happen. I'm still surprised that no other company, I don't know if there's a patent on it or something, no other company has tried the crushable ring bevel that Sue's done.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe people aren't as hyped about it, I guess, so people don't feel the need to do it.
I think
I've played one. I've never owned one. I played one. It looked like it was fucking honed.
It's honed, dude. It's nuts. It's nuts. I was testing a few at Sue's place, and like
those are just China made, right?
Those were no. Everything is made in I forgot what the company's name is, but in Japan, everything's Japan made. The Kens, the Tamas, paints, everything's done there.
That's dope.
Nothing is China made anymore. I think that's why even like cool. Their basic kendama is like $50 now.
That makes sense because I didn't know. Yeah.
So it's ones that I see like who is interesting to be like who's setting the mark to be like all right, we'll get it. Like how long did it take for everyone else to be like, oh shit, this sleigh dog sleighs dog, we should all be doing this.
Like bigger shit. I mean, we had the LBB right, even before the sleigh dog.
Exactly.
I've always loved the big kendamas too.
And you guys, and then you guys just fell into that like Mugen Muso style of like before its time.
I mean, LBB wasn't quite there either though, because it had those massive tamas, so it was like it didn't like feel the same, you know. I liked it, but I understand why people didn't go for it as hard as the sleigh dog.
Or like the Viking.
Sleigh dog also had like way more designs and shit to it too, and it was like the chrome hype shit, that fucking chrome shit, the old school chrome hype.
The chrome, dude, I still fucking remember that ad where it was like the sleigh dog was like on a ladder, on a step ladder, a metal like aluminum step ladder, and there was like tin foil on the Dama, so you couldn't see it, and it's like blasting. You don't remember it all. It's like blasting air on the tin foil, so you couldn't see the Dama, and it's like such a great like
Saturday morning cartoons are you watching? You're seeing that kind of a fucking
such a great
commercial
hype, and then the fucking tin foil flies off, and then you fucking see it, and then it's like bop bop bop. Oh,
that sounds great.
It was so dope. It was so
I have
cool
to dig that up because I want to see it.
It was so good. Some of the best shits. Dude, what are you looking forward to recent
in the near future?
Near future.
I'm looking forward to actually in October. We have an event down in Spokane, not too far from Vancouver.
Ooh.
The PNW Kendama Open. I can't remember what the actual name of it is. PNW something. But anyway, it's in Spokane, Pacific Northwest, and I'm going to be driving down there with Smith, and I think with Jesse as well, if he can get off work. And
PNW
Kendama shit.
Spokane, Washington, October 14, 15.
That's the one. And and then the weekend after that, I believe it's Marquise.
Oh,
he's at least a part of it. I actually have no idea. I don't really know all of the logistics behind it, but from what I've seen, he's the one I've spoken to about things. He put up a post being like, if there's a freestyle invitational, who would want to be in it? And I, of course, was like, yo, I'm down. I don't know if I'm coming, but I'm down if I'm coming. So I think I have a spot in freestyle, which would be sick.
Yes.
And then the weekend after that is the NACO Online, which people from all over the world will be coming together into this style of little fucking online
sign up
sesh room. And I made the decision to fly over to Minnesota and hang out with Sweets for NACO.
Oh, no way!
Yes, I bought some tickets, and I'm gonna hang out there for like 5 days and play some disc, hopefully, and hang out. And I think maybe probably help co-host it online.
Yeah,
a little bit,
dude.
A little bit at least for sure.
Needs to happen.
Yeah, so I'm still gonna get some NACO vibes. I need it in my life. Working every day is too much for me. I can't fucking handle it.
Word. No, totally. And that's something that's like really cool. Again, how I know people are a little sad about it, but I think that a lot of people have picked up on the whole gather with the homies.
I think so
figure out
too.
A place. Yeah.
And it's funny because once I started talking about that and started pulling the trigger on that, a bunch of the local homies, like Jesse was like, well, we were going to have this whole thing. So they probably still are. which is cool. And like, I think people all over the place will be doing that, which is sick.
Yes.
To just, yeah. Because even though it's not going to be an event where everybody's all in the same room, you get to at least be together with the homies and the other homies that aren't so close. You can see online and whatever. So it'll still be like the Dama love around the world meter will still be getting a good big old deposit from NACO, you know. But and maybe not like all at once with the same thing, but it'll be like littler ones from all over the place. So
yeah. Dude, I mean, even Japan, like they have the people are getting together. I know Sue's house is always open, and they're gonna have the whole crew there and stuff. Definitely. For me, probably won't do it because it's always like kind of early morning, like 7 a.m. or something here. I'm like, yo, we gotta make brekkie for the kids or something.
Yeah.
Like,
and you got an army to feed over there.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to really take part. I'd be like, oh shit, it was my turn. Wait, here, missed it.
Let me flip the eggs.
No.
That would actually make for a good one. You should just sign up and just like fucking selfie cam the whole thing, like, and just like be in the kitchen, like, is it my ready? I'm ready. And then like 3, 2, put the spatula down, pick up the Dama and go. Like, dude, that would be hilarious. Please do that.
My kid got the film. Where's it?
That's
running
so
around.
Funny. Dude, I love that. You should
do it. Dude, there's something else that I almost forgot about that I wanted to talk with you about. And it is upcoming this weekend. So everyone listening to this, it's already happened. So hopefully you've seen some stuff about it. I'm going to make a post on KENDERTAINMENT's IG because it's like I feel like I want more people to do it because I see there's so much potential in it. 2-on-2 freestyle happening over at Hanover, Germany for KenFest.
The KenFest.
Now, this is something I've seen other, I think Battle at the Border did it one year. Maybe.
Did they? Yeah, they did do it one year, I think.
Yeah. Tacoma, possibly.
Tacoma had a trick ladder. It was like a speed ladder. It was a double speed ladder. And the Gallaghers fucking just crushed it. It wasn't even a contest.
That's when they were, when they were on the coming up as little.
They were all
little
fucking
tykes.
knee high.
Yeah. Dude.
Both a part of the same brain, just fucking doing everything just like.
I am not someone who likes pro wrestling at all. But 2-on-2 freestyle kendama.
Dude, it sounds sick, right?
Gives me like the biggest boner because just the possibilities. If the people work as a team, like Nick and Zach did when they were growing up doing that shit, like you could create like a dance routine. Like if anyone follows Melt, sponsored by Sulab the Performer, he is on a dance crew. And he goes and does battles with his kendama. He's told me that there's like one other or two other people who have started adding kendama into their dance routine over like down in Osaka or something. But he's been like the only one really like pushing it. Other people are just like dancing. But that whole vibe of like, when we're like one person's like session jamming and then all of a sudden like, they do like, in it. Then the two people come up and they do not just a tag, but they do a combo like trick together, like or synchronized together. And I feel like the place would just explode if people performed well.
Yeah, man. And it's in Germany, so it's got those Euro vibes, and all those homies know how to do that shit, So that's like the perfect atmosphere for that to just like flourish in.
Yes,
I fucking wish I could go so bad.
So with that, I'm like, hopefully. There'll be, of course, Tio's going to be there, repping hard, and a bunch of other people. So I'm sure there's somebody going to be live streaming. I'm not sure if the Kendama, was it Hanover? Kendama Hanover account will be making the live stream. But hey, again, you're listening to this, it already happened. But
actually this weekend as well, too. On Sunday, I'm going to be doing a Dama Jeopardy with the one and only little Sling Shady.
The Sling Shang.
Yeah, Sling Shang. Bing Bang. Big Mang.
Super
Caleb
awesome.
Nefries.
Yeah. Super awesome to hear that, dude.
Yeah.
If you need to phone a friend, let me know.
You know you're on speed dial, buddy. Who else am I going to call other than the other nerd?
Right. Dude, that's so dope.
It's me, Stod, and Kevin DeSoto.
Just be careful. Make sure you always have to answer the question or the answer as a question. What is
I just got to get really stoned, so I'm actually questioning it every time. Like, what is
What
a comma?
is?
You gotta philosophize this, Jeopardy. You gotta be a philosopher. What is a kendama?
What is life? What is
What
kendama life?
is? It is nice.
Nice.
It is nice,
dude.
Yeah, a lot of good things coming up, man. It's
So much
good.
So much good shit. And then next month, probably next month we'll be seeing when it's gonna come out. Not so sure exactly, but hey, the Dama Girls movie. If you're following the Instagram account, you should, because they've been a little active, posting a few like behind the scenes shots here and there, weird illustrations,
some teasers
of teasers
with illustrations
and
shit. They made like some little anime guys for my TV show too, for the Yuan Anishi thing.
Dude, come on, Japan loves cute shit.
Those ones are sick, actually. Though it's like, I'm just gonna talk about this really quick because it's like just a little anime of me, and it's like he plays kendama everywhere, anytime. And it's just like me walking. It's like I'm on a construction site with a fucking hard hat and like a hammer, and it's like in the middle of work, and then like Spike like this big smile in the middle of a date, and then I'm just like on this spinny teacup ride with a girl. The girl's all like, and I'm like, and then I just go pull out a kendama, spike it, and just big smiles. And then like there's another one.
Real life.
It's like also even when you go into the bathroom, and it's just like me standing at a urinal. Turn around, smiles, fucking do a spike.
Toilet Dama is real.
Yeah,
real.
I'm about the shower Dama. I don't have a toilet Dama. I used to play on the toilet, actually. I've seshed while seshing, you know.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, Japan loves cute stuff, so there's always got to be some sort of
makes sense,
quirky cute.
What's the Dama Girls illustration one? I haven't seen that one.
It's really rough. It's a very creepy-esque kind of sketch. Like it seems like it's probably something that they maybe used within. Maybe there's like a scene where the girls are like just doodling or something, and then there's just took a picture of the actual illustrations that these girls did. But still hyped for it. They've announced in, what is it, next month, November 11th is the first showing, and then there's a second showing in December. I forgot when in December it was, but I think it might be like right before Catch and Flow. So anybody who's coming to Catch and Flow, make sure you get your tickets.
Okay.
Here, there's Dama Girl movie. Where is it?
Yo, that's sick if it's right near Catch and Flow. Yo, what? That's the drawing? What the shit? Yeah, the ones for my TV show ones were way sicker.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's a little yeah.
Yeah, that's like if Masako-san fucking fell asleep with a pen in her hand. That's what would come up.
Oh man, is there there's no information on this? Okay, so I know there was one happening, next month in November. There's one happening in December as well. So that's, be on the lookout.
That's sick. I'm gonna be at Catch and Flow, so
I will stoked for it.
I will do that. I better at least get to see it for free, since I'm an extra in it, you know. I didn't get paid for that shit. They were supposed to give us all bento boxes, and I didn't get one, so, you know.
The only people that will go to see it are probably all the extras, you know?
Yeah, exactly. They're going to have to give us our own fucking private view room, or we're just going to tear that place to the goddamn ground.
No. Oh, shit. But yeah. Hey, that was a good sesh.
Yes.
Dama Nerds, episode 60. Thanks for
6-1.
hanging out. My God, I keep on going back to it. Probably because like I haven't officially released 60.
That's why there's two of us, bud. That's why there's two of us.
We got each other's back.
Yeah, got that left and right brain happening,
dude. Hopefully, hey, maybe on the Patreon we'll be having some. You could be able to watch Rod's story unfold from Japanese TV. We'll see what happens, but hey, there's other stuff that will be happening over on Patreon or for the people who support. So definitely go check it out if you're interested in supporting not just the Dominers, but the other stuff I'm doing with KENDERTAINMENT. Check out, of course, YouTube, Instagram, all that jazz.
Hells yeah!
And just thank you for everyone who's been subscribed, who's been supporting. You're amazing, the best,
absolutely,
and
supporting the nerds. Just holding us up.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's beauty. You gotta love it. Love y'all. Stay honed, you nerds. And
Episode
until next time,
61. Nerds
these nerds are
are out.